Many middle and high school students can read a passage from beginning to end and still struggle to explain what it means. They may miss the main idea, lose track of important details, struggle with unfamiliar vocabulary, or have difficulty making inferences and understanding how a text is organized. Before we take a closer look at Blueprint 3, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I share practical reading strategies, intervention ideas, and classroom-ready resources designed specifically for teachers working with students in grades 6 through 12. Blueprint 3 of the Secondary Reading Blueprint is called Understanding Complex Text. This blueprint focuses on reading comprehension, closed reading, vocabulary, and the strategies students need to make sense of increasingly difficult informational text. The complete mega bundle includes 6 units that build from basic comprehension monitoring to deeper analysis and independent reading. Step 1. Teach students to recognize when meaning breaks down. The first unit focuses on comprehension monitoring. Students begin by learning how to recognize when they are no longer understanding what they read. They identify signs of confusion, notice when meaning breaks down, and learn that strong readers do not simply keep going when a passage stops making sense. Students then practice specific fix-up strategies such as rereading, slowing down, breaking apart difficult sections, and using context and asking questions. The final lesson helps students begin monitoring their own understanding independently so they can choose an appropriate strategy without always relying on teacher support. So step 2, build a clear closed reading routine. The second unit focuses on scaffolded closed reading. Students learn that closed reading does not mean reading the same passage over and over without a purpose. Instead, each read has a specific job. On the first read, students focus on identifying the topic, gist, key details, and unfamiliar vocabulary. On the second read, they analyze important details, relationships, repeated ideas, and use purposeful annotation. On the third read, students use evidence to make connections, determine deeper meaning, and draw conclusions. This gives students a repeatable closed reading process they can use with challenging texts throughout the year. Now, step 3, understand how informational texts are organized. The third unit focuses on informational text structures. Students learn how to identify common organizational structures, such as cause and effect, compare and contrast, problem and solution, sequence and description. But the instruction goes beyond simply naming the structure. Students analyze how the structure helps organize ideas and contributes to meaning. They also work with mixed text structure because the longer informational texts often use more than one organizational pattern. Step 4, find the main idea and write an objective summary. The fourth unit focuses on main idea, supporting details, and objective summaries. Students begin by determining the main idea or central idea of a text. They then learn how to distinguish key supporting details from interesting but less important information. Finally, students use the main idea and strongest supporting details to write an objective summary. The goal is to help students summarize what the text actually says without adding opinions, unnecessary details, or copied sentences. So step 5, make stronger inferences. The fifth unit focuses on making inferences. Students learn how to read between the lines and combine what the text says directly with what they already know. They then practice supporting their inferences with specific evidence instead of relying on guesses. The final lesson helps students draw conclusions across an entire text by connecting details, patterns, and evidence from different sections. This is especially important because inference is one of the skills many struggling readers find most difficult. Now, step 6, determine vocabulary and context. Remember, it's all about the vocabulary. So this final unit focuses on vocabulary and context. Students learn how to determine the meaning of unfamiliar words using context clues rather than immediately turning to a dictionary or skipping the word. They also practice working with multiple meaning words and decide which meaning fits a particular sentence or passage. The final lesson focuses on academic vocabulary. Students learn how to use context, sentence relationships, and surrounding information to determine the meaning of a more complex words they encounter across secondary text. So, throughout Blueprint 3, teachers receive complete classroom-ready instructional materials. These include edible teaching slides, detailed teaching guides, student reference handouts, teacher modeling, passages, guided practice, collaborative practice, independent application, graphic organizers, exit tickets, answer keys, and student engagement ideas. The lessons are designed for approximately 60 minutes or less and can be used in sequence or selected individually based on student needs. Blueprint 3 can be used for whole group instruction, small group reading interventions, special education, MTSS and RTI support, tutoring, summer school, or targeted comprehension instruction. By working through this blueprint, teachers can help students recognize when comprehension breaks down, choose strategies to repair meaning, use a structured closed reading process, understand how informational texts are organized, determine main idea and supporting details, write objective summaries, make and support inferences, and decide unfamiliar vocabulary using context. So, Blueprint 3, Understanding Complex Text, helps students move beyond simply reading the words on the page and begin actively making sense of what they read. These skills prepare students for deeper, critical reading and analysis work they will encounter in later blueprints and across every academic subject. You can find the complete Blueprint 3 Mega Bundle through the link in the description. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and visit helpyoulearn.org for more secondary reading interventions, resources for grades 6 through 12. And I will see you in the next video.